Welcome to the Fantasy Football Draft Series. We're going to do this for the rest of the football season. We're on week 5 of the football season, so we've got about 11 more of these drafts, I guess, including playoffs, if we decide to do that as well. Maybe we'll do something different for the playoffs. But for the rest of the football season, we are going to be doing fantasy football drafts, and we are going to stick with the Pokemon theme.
Yes, sir. We are going, if you haven't seen it already, we did a Pokemon fantasy draft on episode 12. We love you, Pokemon. And we posted a TikTok of it. It got a lot of attention, which brought more attention to the channel. Got the majority of our subscribers, and it's our most viewed video. So we figured let's do these because obviously people like it, and we thought it was a super creative idea when we all talked about it. So I'm excited to do this, and yes, it'll be more work to do 2 videos a week, but I think the fantasy football Pokemon draft is essential right now, and I don't want this idea to just be lost in our collection.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think this is going to be great for the the remainder of the football season. We'll be doing these drafts. We're going to have different parameters around each draft, different Pokemon for each one, different rules. But we're going to keep it simple this time. We're going to keep it very simple this time. We're sticking with Gen 1 Pokemon only. No limitations.
No limits.
Every single Gen 1 Pokemon is on the board.
Yep.
So that should be fun.
It also, when we did the fantasy draft before, we allowed every Pokemon minus legendaries and tried to keep the flying out of it.
Right.
Which gave us way more to pick from. Whereas in an actual fantasy draft, there's like a top 100 that you want to stick to. And anything outside of that is, considered a risk. And I think this will have a lot of risks on it.
Yes.
I think this will have a lot of stretching.
I'm afraid of you taking all my shit.
We will be stretching for some of these, especially Gen 1. Gen 1's pretty anti-humanoid, athlete looking Pokemon.
Yeah.
So they're more like dinosaur inspired.
Are you talking about Snorlax? Snorlax doesn't look like an athlete.
No, not at all.
Fuck.
There's just this one is going to be tough. But so this is the Gen 1 Fantasy Football Pokemon Edition.
Yes.
So
we haven't determined who's going first.
I think we should just
do something.
I think we should. Okay. You know what? How about this?
What are you gonna do? Let's rock paper scissors for it.
No.
What are you doing? What is that?
Weed pen.
Okay. What do you want to do with that?
The one with the button on it is heads. The other side is tails.
We're really doing this. Okay. All right. So I'll go heads.
Heads, tails. Okay.
Let's go.
All right.
Come on.
First pick.
All right. First pick in the draft.
1-1. What is it?
Well, we're allowed to have legendaries, so I have to take a legendary with my first pick, and I have to take the best one. And I'm taking Mewtwo as my QB.
Fuck.
And you knew that was coming. I mean,
know.
we're no limitations on this. Of course, taking Mewtwo as my fucking QB.
All right. Well, at least I know that you're QB now, so I did have a backup for that. So, but we can't pick the same Pokemon.
No, you can't.
So even if,
you can't have Mewtwo.
Even if Scott picks Mewtwo for his QB, it's not like I can pick Mewtwo for my wide receiver. They are off the board.
Yes.
At whatever position they are at.
Yes.
So
correct.
If you wanted to just be a dick and throw a great wide receiver at O-line just to say fuck you, you can totally do that.
You absolutely can.
All right. Well, my 1-2.
I didn't have to check my phone for that. I knew exactly who I was going to take.
My 1-2. It might surprise you that I'm taking, because I can give you your tight end back. I'm gonna give you your tight end back.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Charizard at tight end.
Charizard at tight end.
Since we don't have parameters with flying,
right?
I like the flying that he can get above the defense, although the cornerbacks will probably be flying types too. He's huge.
Yeah.
He has many times kept Pokemon back in the show with his skull, pushing them back.
Yeah.
So he's got blocking potential.
Yep, he's got blocking
Just
potential.
needs the right coach.
Yeah.
And the motherfucker can breathe fire. Create some distance.
Yeah. No, I mean, and the dude's got hands, bro.
He does.
In the show, the amount of times he catches Ash.
Oh, he catches
in the
Ash
air.
from like, oh yeah, no, he's got.
The dude's been training his whole life secretly to be a wide receiver.
Yeah,
to be a tight end.
He really has been. And I had him at wide receiver for a minute, but then I was like, you know what?
Yeah, I think there's at one point in the show where like somebody does like I think it's like Blastoise does a rapid spin, and he catches Blastoise
Yeah,
in
he
his
does.
rapid spin, and then just chucks him.
He does.
Like,
his,
bro,
his,
beast. Yeah.
his
Dude's got hand.
coordination.
Oh, I had him. I definitely had him because in the show he's got fucking hands.
So that's going to be my number one pick.
Okay.
First round pick.
All right. Well, for my number 2 pick, I'm going to go with a running back, and I'm going to go with the Pokemon with the highest speed in Gen 1, and that's Jolteon.
Okay.
Well, besides Electrode, but how the fuck is Electrode going to carry the ball at all?
See, I understand. I was going to go speed, and hypothetically, my pick is pretty fast, but I don't know if his stats are actually that fast. But in the show, he's fast. But
Well,
I'm not going to pick
We're
him
going
yet.
by the fucking stats.
Yeah. Yes, that show's canon still.
So, yeah. Well, yeah.
So my second round pick, my first second round pick, I'm going to.
Well, you don't have a second round pick, so.
Well, my only second round pick, I'm going to choose a wide receiver.
Okay.
I'm gonna choose
Who are you going?
Champ.
You're going Machamp?
I was gonna give you the tight end back.
Bitch, I thought you wouldn't take him just because you took a tight end already.
I'm gonna put in my wide receiver 1 and just have a bulky
Damn
ass
it.
dude, 4 arms.
Oh, you.
He's
bitch.
gonna be
running a double tight end.
Oh, the amount of screen plays they're gonna run with him. Just give him the ball, let him stiff arm everyone. Like if you're 3rd and 5, it's Machamp all day.
All right, well then I'm taking one of your favorite wide receivers,
Who?
Haunter.
Oh fuck!
I'm taking Haunter as a wide receiver.
Fast as shit, dude.
Fast as shit. Giant hands.
Extendable.
Yeah, I'm
hands.
in on Haunter as my wide receiver, so I'm taking that shit from you. Fuck you.
After you talked shit about him the first go round, you asshole.
I know. This is just to hurt you, Mark.
Well, I guess I'll have a leg on you here.
Okay, who are you gonna take? Are you taking another wide receiver?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm taking Mr. Mime at O-line.
Bitch! I put him on there again, hoping I would get him.
No, I gotta steal him.
I wanted to do it.
Who is the better offensive line in all of Gen 1 than fucking Mr. Mime?
Nobody.
He is just, whew, those barriers.
Fuck. Okay, well. All right, I'll take another wide receiver here. My wide receiver 2. I'm going another legendary. I'm going Mew. Mew loves to catch shit. In the shows, catching that little ball all the time. And he can cut on a dime. When he flies around, he cuts so fast.
Mew's insanely quick.
Mew changes direction.
Probably
like
the most agile Pokemon in all of Pokemon.
So that's why I'm taking Mew. Mewtwo's going to be throwing to Mew. It's going to be great.
They hate each
They're
other.
best pals.
They fucking hate each
They're
other.
best pals. It's going to be awesome.
Battle of good and evil.
Yeah, it's going to be like Tua throwing the ball to Tyreek. Little
Who didn't do
little
shit
Tyreek,
last week.
little Mew. Yeah, didn't do anything. I know.
I had Mew on my
Bill's
list.
too good.
Literally next to Mew, I just have Wild Card. Like anything. He could be
No idea
running
what's gonna
back.
happen.
He could be anything. He could even be an O-line because he can build a whole fucking barrier around himself and like
He's just going to
push
go in
people
his little
back.
bubble and just fly up into the airway.
Dude, but he's so strong. Like he's
I know.
so strong, and yeah, he could play any position. He's like a Taysom Hill. He's a Taysom Hill.
Yeah, he is a Taysom Hill.
but like
Do
way
anything.
better at everything.
But way better.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, and by the way, we didn't say this in the beginning, but we are doing 5 offensive line. We're doing a QB, a running back, 2 wide receivers, and a flex. So last time we did 3 wide receivers. We're going to do a flex.
Yep.
So if you want to line up in the shotgun formation with 2 running backs beside you every play, you can do that.
You can do it if you
You
want.
can have 1 speedster. You can have like a receiving speedster back and a power back. That's how football's done these days anyways.
I know. Yeah.
Rarely anyone is a workhorse.
Right.
So I'm going to go my running back in the 4th round because I have not chosen him, and I want to go ahead and get him off the board.
Okay.
And I'm going to choose Rhyhorn,
As your running back.
my running back.
Okay.
I also know that he could be a potential offensive line,
Yes.
and I'm trying to weaken your line a little bit.
Okay.
So I'm going to take – I took Machamp from you as a tight end, and I'm going to take Rhyhorn as a running back, my first down back.
Okay. You're a bitch for that. You're a bitch.
Oh, boy.
Well, Then I'm going to go ahead and take Hitmonlee off the board as my kicker.
Ah, shit.
Fuck you.
Yeah. I guess so.
Gen 1, clear winner as the kicker. Going to kick bombs, never missing a field goal. I'm going to go Hitmonlee as my kicker.
Yeah. I of course I had him, and there's nobody else that would be a good kicker.
I could go 3 and out from the 10-yard line on my side, and I'm lining up for a field goal. He's kicking the field goal. 90
Yeah,
yards.
that's probable unless there's wind. But
I have Mewtwo stopping the wind.
so round 5, right? Yeah.
Round 5.
Yeah.
Yes.
Round 5, pick 2. I am going to go with another. Actually, I need to go ahead and pick my QB because I don't know who you're going to have. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to pick Alakazam.
That was a good choice to pick Alakazam.
Yeah, I figured he was going to go quickly.
Yep.
So just the telekinesis, and you want a quarterback that's calm under pressure.
Right.
I don't know if there is a more calm Pokemon than Alakazam.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
I will go Alakazam at QB.
Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and take an offensive lineman here. And I'm going to take Dragonite as one of my offensive linemen. Big-bodied motherfucker who's strong as shit.
True.
So I'm taking Dragonite as one of my offensive linemen.
Yeah, that's rough. I had him as a possible wide receiver.
I know he could play wide receiver, but he's too big. He's just too big to not put on that offensive line. I'm going to go with that.
There's a shortage of flying Pokemon with arms in Gen 1. So
I agree.
Yeah, if you're going to capitalize on that, got to do it quickly. I am going to take an offensive line as well, and I'm going to take Onyx.
Okay. No arms.
No arms, but
right.
He is pretty quick, and he can just kind of lay down. I mean, how long is a field from side to side? Like, he's about that size.
He's about that long.
He's about that long. Just lay across the whole thing.
Just create a wall of rocks.
Yeah, literally. He's a chop block waiting to happen against larger foes, but
yeah,
we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Penalties, tons of penalties.
There's lots of penalties. I understand.
All right, well, I'll go ahead and take my tight end because you still have to choose 2 wide receivers, I think. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you're going to take this person. I'm going to pick Electabuzz.
Yeah, what did I have him as? I had him as a possible QB, just as like one of my very last choices for QB.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, Electabuzz is actually really fast. Like if you look, his speed's like 115.
That's not bad.
Yeah, which is like, I mean, that's higher because Mew is 100 base stats across the board, so it's higher than Mew. It's higher. It's close to Jolteon. Some of those other, like, it's over 100. It's close. I think it's around where Rapidash is as far as speed goes. So I'm going Electabuzz. He's surprisingly fast. He's got hands, big body, so I'm taking him as a tight end.
Okay. I'd like to see how a defensive end matchup would be with that. But okay, I will pick.
That matchup would be shocking.
I'm going to use my.
I hate myself.
I'm going to use my flex spot, and I'm going to run a 2 tight end offense. So I'm going to have.
You already have 2 tight ends.
No, I only have 1 tight end. But
technically, you have 2 tight ends.
I'm gonna have okay. So I'm just going bulky as shit, and yeah. So Machamp is on one side. Charizard's also on that side. Charizard's going to be the blocking / receiving tight end, and then I'm gonna have one line up in the slot, and that is going to be Poliwrath.
Okay.
Quicker dude, definitely quicker than Charizard is.
Sure.
And big ass hands, of course.
They have big hands, yeah.
And he knows shit that can put people to sleep.
Yeah.
So I will have 2 tight ends. So I'm going to have 6 people on the line total, but 1 in the slot. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I will take another offensive lineman. I'm going to take him off the board from you. And I'm going to go Venusaur.
See, when we posted our TikTok and I had picked Venusaur for an offensive lineman, a lot of the people were saying that is a hold waiting to happen, and I agree with them.
I'm in on Venusaur. I'm in on big body Venusaur.
I think Venusaur's vines are going to cause a couple hold. If you can deal with like the occasional hold that brings you back 10 yards,
Yeah,
fine.
Not worried about 10 yards. I got Himmenly. I'll kick it anywhere. So, big body Vino.
All right, big body Vino.
I'm going with it.
All right, I'm going to pick my other wide receiver finally. Man, I
Is
have
your last wide receiver?
this is my because I'm doing 2 wide receivers,
Yeah.
2 tight ends. I have a bulky team, my friend.
Yeah, I can tell. You're just doing bulky receivers.
I'm going to go with Graveler.
Graveler.
4 arms.
But,
He also rolls pretty quickly.
bro, I could see him just being... he just looks silly out there.
He would look pretty silly, and he'd be very short. I understand he'd be very short, and he can't jump.
No.
So, but I think what
He can't even put his arms by his side.
I think
His arms are stuck in the out position.
Dude, that's why you need Alakazam with telekinesis that can just be like throw it directly to his upper left hand. And then just boom, it's an instant catch, and he's just holding it like this until they smack it out of his hands because he can't fucking contain it.
I just want you to know, most of your lineup right now loses to water type defense entirely.
There's no damn
Rhydon
typing.
down, Onyx down, Charizard down, Graveler down.
Rhyhorn down.
All of them dead. It's
Whatever.
water defense.
Kepler, lay down.
Lay down, Kepler.
Yeah, I know.
I just think that's funny. You went full rock for your. You went a lot of rock for your.
I did
bulkiness.
go. I went a lot of rock.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll continue with the offensive lineman, and I mean, I gotta go with my guy. I gotta pick my guy. I'm going Snorlax.
Mm,
Going
course.
Snorlax. I'm offensive line. It's my fucking guy.
Still think he's a coach's nightmare.
He's a beast.
He's gonna be so full of himself.
I'm gonna lay him down. I mean, he blocks in the game. You can't even walk past him until you wake him up. He's too big for you to even like walk past.
Yeah, I mean that's
There's
fair.
no
He's
way
definitely,
around him.
He's definitely a big body dude. That
His weakness is a poke flute. That's about it.
yeah, that's about it. Yeah, but if they study game film, they're
Just
gonna know
sing a song.
that.
Apparently, if you play a song that sounds like a lullaby, for some reason he wakes the fuck up. So
We'll see. Of course, I had him on my list, but
obviously,
so I will take. Let's see. I'm done with everything except for my O-line. Still got to finish out the O-line and my kicker.
I know you only have what, one offensive lineman right now?
I've got 2.
Two. Who's the other one?
Mr. Mime and Onyx.
Onyx. That's right. Onyx is the other one.
I'm going to take Gyarados.
As a kicker?
No, as an
Oh.
offensive line.
Oh, okay. Shit.
Yeah.
I thought for a second you thought you said kicker. Or do you still need a kicker?
No, I still need a kicker. I'll
Yeah.
have Mr. Mime at center. I'll have Onyx as left tackle, and I'll have Onyx as left guard, and then Gyarados as right guard.
Okay. A Dragonite is my center. Venusaur, right guard, Snorlax.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go another offensive lineman. And similar to the Mr. Mime, I'm going with a strategy on this one. I'm going Gloom. Gloom as my left tackle. Keep him on the inside. I'm going to have him just take a few steps back, let out that horrible stench. No one's even going to want to get near Gloom.
True. It will create an obstacle.
It's going to smell so bad. Keep Gloom on the outside, force the defense inside.
That's true.
That's how I do. Like, the defense has to go a full 10 feet around Gloom to even withstand
they're
the
not
smell.
even getting close to that shit.
The defense isn't even going to line up near Gloom. They're going to be like, I need to take a step back. I'm not lining up directly in front of Gloom.
No. I get that. I get that.
Disgusting Pokemon.
I actually have a similar, I have a strategy for my tackle, and I'm going to put him at left tackle,
Okay.
and I'm going to go Jigglypuff.
Are you just going to sing?
Yep. There's not a Pokemon in the whole game that can put another Pokemon to sleep as fast as Jigglypuff.
I feel like everyone's going to fall asleep.
Well, that's
whole team's
the
gonna fall
risk
asleep.
you're willing to
The whole
take.
team's going to fall asleep.
That is the risk you're willing to take. Besides Alakazam,
You know who's already asleep? Snorlax.
Yeah,
So it don't matter.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but Jigglypuff would be good because you can't beat him with speed. So just try to put the defensive end to sleep every single time.
Okay. All right. I respect it. I like what you're trying to do there.
Yeah.
I like it. All right, last offensive lineman for me. Ditto.
So they can be an even matchup with whoever they're going up against.
Either that or pick another offensive lineman to transform into.
Has to be Gen 1.
Yeah, not like another one of the offensive linemen that I already have.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, he can only transform to the person he can see. So, like at least in the games, they can only transform
True.
to the person right in front of him. So,
Well, that's why I was saying, like, you turn into the defensive end.
yeah,
And it's like
exactly. So,
but
we got options.
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I was gonna do ditto, but I didn't really know how much of a gray area that was.
Patrick Mahomes, no. Another Pokemon, yes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Okay, so this is my last offensive line. This is the last pick of the draft.
This is the last. It should be the last.
Oh
pick
no,
of the
no,
draft.
yeah, I still need a kicker.
I still need a wide receiver.
Yeah,
still need
so-
a last wide receiver.
This is gonna be my last offensive line. Cap it off. I'm going to go Kangaskhan.
Ooh, I had him. Baby's a liability though.
Yeah, I know.
Baby's
I know.
a bit over. She's carrying.
Hey,
she's.
I think that if
she
the
is with
defensive
child.
end, I think if the defensive end actually hits that shit, she's gonna flip into a
I know
whole
it
different
is
mode.
like it is a full. She's going full mama protective mode.
Yeah,
so
full
maybe
mama
that
protective
benefits.
mode.
But baby on board liability.
I don't know if there are any NFL rules that say you can't have a baby on you on the field, but I would think that hasn't been made up.
I feel like that would be too stupid of something to actually type up and put in a rule book.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I imagine there's something in the rule book that alludes to it. That maybe they would be like, technically that's 12 men on the field.
Nah, dude, my lawyer's
So
gonna
get
be
him
like,
off.
fine print.
This is not a man. This is a child.
It's a child.
So not 12 men on the floor. It's 11 men on the field and one baby.
Yeah.
I don't see any rules about one baby.
No, there's no. It says men. There cannot be 12 men on the field.
Yeah,
This is This is whatever.
that's true. And you know what? Nowadays, the definition of man or woman, it's a gray area. So
Yeah.
you never know.
Yep.
So it's kind of like this baby can't talk yet. You don't know what this baby identifies as. Maybe it's not
That's true.
a man. Maybe it's not a 12th man on the field. So who knows?
It's True.
We're just trying to be progressive here.
Totally progressive.
Yeah, we're trying to be very progressive.
That's what we're doing.
with our decisions. So
So-
Kangaskhan, I'll allow it.
Who is your last and final wide receiver?
Going my last wide receiver, I have 2 left on the board. And I got to go with Primate. I got to go with Primate.
He has the gloves on.
I know, but he's a little bit of anger issues. I feel like he's gonna get in fights, but I
He's
feel
gonna be
like
like Antonio Brown.
he's gonna be like he's gonna be my feisty.
He's gonna be like Steve Smith,
Yeah, he's
yeah.
gonna be my feisty Steve Smith on the team.
Yeah.
Underdog coming into the league, and just an absolute beast. But don't fuck with him.
Yeah, don't fuck with Primate.
He'll just start punching you in the face.
He will take on dudes 3 times his size. He
Yep.
doesn't give a shit.
Doesn't give a shit. Steve Smith. That's my Steve Smith. My other one was Gold Duck, but I was like, God, with those fins, I feel like he'd just trip and fall all the time. Like he would just.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't trust Psyduck. I mean,
No,
Gold Duck out
I couldn't
there.
do it. I couldn't bring myself to do Gold Duck.
So I'm wondering if this is going to be allowed, but
Probably not.
I don't know if there's a rule in the rule book that you
Have to use your feet.
yes.
That isn't. You as he like. Why do you think people don't throw the ball through the upper?
No. Like if you could just punch the shit out of it. Like can you just like run and then just like do an uppercut?
No, I don't think
Are you sure?
you can.
That's not a rule?
I think that's a rule. I think
I'm
you
gonna
have
look it
to
up.
use your feet.
Can you punch a field goal
Can you punch a field goal?
in NFL?
Oh my God!
Let's see.
Who are you gonna? Are you gonna go Machamp to punch a field goal?
There's nothing on the internet that says anything like that. Okay, I was gonna go Hitmonchan and just punch the shit out of the ball.
Yeah, Hitmonchan.
Hitmonchan. That
Just to punch
the only other backup I had was like Rapidash, and she would just do a horse kick. That was like
I think that would work too.
I think it would work, but I feel like the accuracy isn't there because she's not looking at the ball or like looking at where she's kicking.
I feel like my other one was Executor. His only feet. The man's been training his feet his whole life. He's got perfect balance because of his feet. Like
he doesn't have
has
legs.
To live on his feet. Yeah, he has legs.
He doesn't have legs. He just has little stumps.
No, they're legs. They're legs and feet. He has no arms.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's all he's got. He's all legs. He's like the only Pokemon that's in Gen 1 that's
he's
only
gonna
legs.
Pop the ball with his spiky ass feet though.
No, dude, get the spikes under it, lift up the foot.
I guess I'll just go with Rapidash since it's unclear if I ever meet an NFL referee, I will ask them, hey, can you punch a field goal?
Yeah, like just, I mean, very difficult. Very difficult to
Maybe
do.
not for Hitmonchan.
It'd still be pretty difficult. You gotta like
he's the ultimate martial artist.
You gotta like dive and slide into it, and then. I don't know if you can really, because that ball's low to the ground. It'd be tough to like get a fully underneath the ball, like bend over completely.
I mean, yeah, that would be kind of awkward. So I'll go Rapidash, give him a nice horse kick, and
that works.
Yeah, we'll call it there.
All right.
Well, that was Gen 1.
That was Gen 1.
Be prepared for, I think we're going to do defense next time. Either that or we're just going to jump to the next thing. I kind of want to do offense one week, defense another week. So make sure to tune in for that, and make sure to tune in to the actual episode that we are on right now, episode 20.
Episode 20.
We are on episode 20 now, all about spooky games that you should be playing just in time for the Halloween season.
Yes.
And there is a playlist on our channel as well that just gives all of our full episodes. So if you liked this, thank you guys. Thank you guys for listening. And
this will go on Spotify probably. It'll just be listed as Fantasy Football Series. It's not going to be listed in like the number order that the other episodes are listed in. We're going to keep like the normal episodes listed in order. This will be Fantasy Football Series, and then as well you'll see on there emergency reviews.
This will be So this will be its own series.
Yes,
along with the reviews. So thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate it. If you guys hit the like button, subscribe. If you're on Spotify, hit those 5 stars if you think that we earned them. And if you are on TikTok, or if you came over from TikTok, thank you for being with us. Thank you for being a new listener.
Do we flick off the camera for this series? Do we do something else? Just a boop. Just a wee boop.
All right, see you guys next week with another fantasy football.
Yeet. Bitch.